are survivors. I can't tell you how many times they've probably been weed-eated down. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing. We're going into our hen house. We usually just, oh, I'm looking in the camera. We usually just clip that in there. Okay, so here's our other flock of girls. So so the production red house has an overhead light in it up in the ceiling. This house does not. This house has windows though, and the production red house does not. So that's why the lighting difference. In here we do keep a red bulb in both houses. This is not a heat bulb though. That's just a low wattage red colored bulb. This is their water. Okay, so I'm going to try to show you underneath. I can't see what I'm seeing. So see, there's water nipple drinkers down there for the hens, and they know how to do that. So you can set that up for your hens. We just need to always be making sure that it stays full, right? Sunday stroll at Twin Oaks Family Farm on Twin Oaks Farm Poultry. And this is going to be the end of it. We're seeing our egg hens. These gals are really the backbone of our egg sales, okay? At least this year. Last year, so these red ones are mostly all Isa Browns. Yeah, they would have been in production for us last year because she's not an Isa Brown, she's a hybrid. She lays what do you lay? She lays a blue egg. So, anyway, so these Isa Browns were November 22 birds, and this is April 24, okay? So they're actually going to be outgoing hens for 2024. As we get into summer, we're probably going to sell all these Isa Browns, all right? There's probably, I think there's at least 16 of them. Look how she's dust bathed. And she's got herself, they love it. They love the dust bathe, but she's got herself wallowed all the way down into the dirt floor in here. So our floor for them is just a dirt floor, but there's a lot of loose dirt, so it gives them the ability to dust bathe. And chickens need to dust bathe. And if they don't have the ability to dust bathe, you need to set up a dust bath area for them. Oh, she's been dust bathing. So that just shook. She's the Americana in here. She lays a beautiful green egg. Love her. She's the second. She's Puffy Cheeks. Only 2 birds in the pen have a name. Puffy Cheeks does over there by the wall. And Silver Chicken. She's following me around. And she is the alpha girl in here. She's the oldest one. I just like lavender Orpingtons. So anytime we've done replacement hens, she got to stay. We did have about, I'd say about 3 years ago then, the egg production flock was all buff Orpingtons and lavender Orpingtons. And we sold them when we got these Isa Browns laying at the point of lay. And I can't be without an Orpington, so I kept one lavender Orpington. So there, she was the one that was just dust bathing. But see, that water is really effective. We need to set one of those up for the production reds, okay? But anyway, these girls, there's now 32 of these girls. They are the backbone of the egg sales operation. And so those production reds are laying now too, as you saw. So they're starting to lay. So as their eggs all become full size, we'll probably sell these Isa Browns, and we'll probably get some young, probably Rhode Island Reds, and probably just because I love Orpingtons, we may get some more Orpingtons. But Silver Hen is the oldest in here. Puffy Cheeks is now over there in the corner, and she's the second oldest. Okay, and they're like 4 and 3 years old, I think. And so a lot of hens can live to 8 years, 7, 8 years. And you know, incidentally, those Cornish Rock Cross meat chickens, if you raise them like with the same management practices you raise egg production chickens, they probably could live 5 to 7 years too. But if you raise them on a production schedule, most production schedules for Cornish Rock Cross meat chickens to produce meat are like 5 and 6 weeks. And a lot of times, small household consumption flocks, the goal will be to keep them for longer. Well, you know, that's a fine line, because if you feed them like meat birds, they're really finished in 5 and 6 weeks. And they're really ready to go to processing in 6 and 7 weeks. And in order to keep them alive longer, you have to ration the feed a little bit differently than if they're on a commercial production schedule. And I think that's where we get into like an information miscommunication with, like, if we just go online and research, because a lot of the information online about how to feed meat birds is truly like how to feed meat birds in commercial production for meat. And if you feed them like that, they're going to be finished in 5 or 6 weeks. And when you push much beyond finish with a meat bird that's a Cornish rock cross, their hearts end up giving out. So that's the fine line with them. So let's check eggs in here, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Their favorite spot. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And we actually, oh, and 15. And we actually took about a dozen out of here earlier. So 15 and 12, 27. So that's not bad in a pen of 32 hens. That's not bad. So 27 eggs out of here today. Okay. So when our production reds come on, you know, we count on about 2 dozen eggs solid that we can sell out of here a day. And then we keep anything that has a fine crack or I don't like the appearance of it. We keep that for household. And so about 2 dozen eggs solid out of this pen a day. So when our production reds come on, you know, we could have 4 dozen eggs solid a day. So we've been actually adding, I'm trying to back out again. Probably got the barn here going for sure. But I'm going to turn the camera on anyway. Aren't those pretty hens? Isa Brown, a solid black hen, black feathers, black legs, black comb, black wattle, and 2 white leghorns. That's what's right there. But when we get up to like a solid 4 dozen eggs a day, we have to either increase egg sales or we got to get rid of some hens. So we're adding egg subscriptions. So if you sell eggs, that's one of the things that we do that helps us. We market egg subscriptions. So we market it as a community-supported agriculture program. And in community-supported agriculture, people are basically like paying ahead, like paying futures to the producer on the produce or the product. So we sell egg subscriptions, 26 dozen at a time. Pay up front. I guarantee a dozen a week for 26 dozen until I fulfill all of it. So we have some special practices with that. If you have questions about it, feel free to ask in the comments. I'm happy to share all of our experience with that. But egg subscriptions really, really work out well for us on the egg business. And we just added a few subscriptions. So I think we're going to be able to add subscriptions, but then we'll still probably position to go ahead and rehome the Isa Browns so they can go into like somebody's household flock and not have to be commercial birds. And then we'll have the production reds, and then we'll go ahead and start some other chicks. And you know, we have 12 pullets actually down in that meat bird barn. We have 12 pullets that were hatched February 28th. So when we get out like to October, they'll come on laying too. So I gotta remember that. So that's the thing with egg sales. If you're gonna sell eggs, like that's the balancing act. You know, have enough sales to use up and keep fresh the amount of eggs that your chickens are producing. And so if you find a discrepancy and you're having a lot of eggs left over, we need to either increase the sales or we need to reduce the chicken population that we're keeping for egg sales by maybe just rehoming them. So anyway, we're really proud of these gals. They are food production experts. So are our meat chickens. And thanks for joining us at Twin Oaks Farm Poultry, y'all. We will continue to do videos from here, Twin Oaks Farm Poultry. Hope you'll continue to join us. Hope you'll give the videos thumbs up. This one's longer, but we're doing some length on some of the videos. Hi, Silver Hen. We're doing some length on some of the videos to try to help with our viewing watch metrics, because that's something that's measured on the YouTube media. So words of wisdom from Silver Chicken here. don't be afraid to be a lavender Orpington in a world full of Rhode Island Reds or Isa Browns. All right, so